But Ghost of Tsushima is the last game before we get on to the end, which is basically going to be our top 5 games of the generation, and then we'll probably end it there. Ghost of Tsushima, fun game. I feel like it has a lot of potential. It's still a really good game. Like I loved it. It looks gorgeous. The combat's fantastic. Um, I can't wait. I'm really like it's like Spider-Man. I'm immediately ready for a sequel
Mhm.
because I have a feeling they're going to want to continue the series. I think their next game might be an Infamous game, which I want to do Infamous game. But if it's another Ghost of Tsushima, I wouldn't do that because the way they ended it very open-ended to where the story could continue. I feel like the best way for it to continue is for him to go to the mainland because right now they're on
Oh
the
yeah.
continent. So next day he needs to go to like the mainland of Japan. Um, and I think what they would do is, I mean, technically his title would still be the Ghost of Tsushima because that's what he started. But I'm thinking if they would call it the Ghost of something else rather than the Ghost of
Mhm.
Tsushima like they did Horizon. Like Horizon is the name of the franchise. Zero Dawn was like a subtitle. And the next one is called Forbidden West. I wonder if they'll do something like that or they'll just go Ghost of Tsushima 2 or Ghost of Tsushima subtitle.
I'm pretty sure it's just gonna be Ghost of Tsushima subtitle.
Yeah, it might. Like Ghost of Tsushima Journey to the Mainland or something like that. I don't know. I'm interested to see where that story would go. Um, I think I got my fun out of the game so far. I think I'll still continue to play the new game on my new game plus playthrough every now and again. But I think I squeezed out as much as I can from the story. I think I need to give it a break for a while and then come back to it later and re-experience the thrill I had the first time I played the game.
Hmm.
You have anything else? Because I'm undoubtedly there was a game I missed in 2020. Obviously, we're
Uh,
not going to talk about any games that are about to come out. We're only going to talk about the games that have already come out.
Games that have come out this year that I enjoy. Star Wars Squadrons. I love Star Wars Squadrons. It's a really small game. It's the closest thing to like an old game from like 2005 to 2010 ish era before people start adding DLCs to everything. And the game has a small little DLC with like cosmetic updates and like a few like patches and stuff like that. But like, still, it's like one of the closest things to like old games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much it though, as far as games that I played. Oh, Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing did come out this year. Um, I forget
Played it.
somebody said that Animal Crossing might go down as one of the most important games in video game history, and I disagreed with them initially, and then immediately changed my opinion because I was like, no, he's right. Because when it brung video games into the crosshairs of thousands of people who don't play video games, and it made them realize that video games are a great way to relax, and like that they're really good, they're fantastic source of entertainment for a
Hmm.
lot of people who wouldn't normally play a video game. And I think the Nintendo console is the perfect place for people, honestly, who don't play video games that often because they're not jumping into something super hyper violent. Like, even though Doom is on the Switch, they're not jumping straight into something like Doom or like The Last of Us Part 2, which is dark and depressing. They're getting into something fun and relaxing that they can play. And they can sit down and it's still,
Even Doom is like purposefully campy.
yeah, even Doom is purposely can be.
Oh, what were
But
you saying?
no, that was just about it. But yeah, we're going to end this off with our top 5 games of the generation. So I'll let you start because I've been talking a lot. Um,
Okay.
actually,
This is gonna be a hard list for me.
yeah, I was gonna say, do you have yours even prepared? Because I have mine prepared.
I don't have mine prepared. I have two games on the list and one game possibly on the list, depending on what else I put on there. Uh, so go ahead. And also my list I can already tell is gonna be very different from yours. But go ahead.
Yeah. Mine is from number 1 to number 5: God of War, Spider-Man, Uncharted 4, Last of Us Part 2, and Red Dead Redemption 2. The reason I picked The Last of Us Part 2 instead of the first one is because I think that the combat is so much better than the first one that it doesn't compare. And also, um, I just feel like the first one is too close to the last generation, that I didn't want to put in my top five this generation. It would probably be number 2 after Uncharted 2 of the last generation.
Okay.
Um, not of my games of all time, but if I had to make a list for the PS3 generation, it would probably be just below Uncharted 2 for me. But yeah, that's my top five. Ghost of Tsushima will probably be right behind The Last of Us as number 7, because The Last of Us would be the first Last of Us would be number 6.
Okay. Let me think. I think I have my top five. It's already very different from yours. But I also have a bunch of different reasons. Like,
but these are big that I played. Otherwise, Breath of the Wild would probably be number 2 on my list. But I haven't played it personally. Otherwise,
yeah, no, I haven't played Switch games, so
otherwise it would be really high on my list. Also, I'm just realizing we skipped Smash Bros. Ultimate.
We did.
Smash Brothers game. I don't own a Switch, but I played it because I have friends who own Switches. So.
Same. I've played so much Ultimate. It's not even funny.
My main is Shulk. Shulk's fantastic. Never played one of his games, and it's a turn-based game, so I'm never going to play it. But Shulk is fun to play as. It's just the idea of every single character ever from that franchise being in that game makes me want, even though it's a super big undertaking, I want a Mortal Kombat game like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I want Mortal Kombat Ultimate. I want a Street Fighter Ultimate. I want a Tekken Ultimate. I want every fighting game to make an ultimate version of their game where every character that has ever been in their game is in the new game. That's I know that's super tough to do and a lot of hard work, but I want what I want and I need it. But yeah, that's all I have to say about Ultimate. It's the perfect fighting game for parties and like group hangouts, because that's what I treat all fighting games as. Fighting games for me are they're group activities. I like to have a group of friends in person, not online, sitting together, taking turns, fighting each other, doing little mini tournaments. Like back at BDS, we used to have a video game club. We used to play Smash Bros, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, the only fighting game I played like seriously, like not competitively, but like without friends, like I would go home and play it and like go online and like purposely like trash as many people as possible was Injustice 2. I got way too hooked into that game. Okay, my top five though, and I don't have a specific order for these top 5 games to be in. Jedi Fallen Order, Spider-Man, Battlefront 2. I already know you're probably rolling your eyes. It's secret right now. Ghost of Tsushima, and then there was one more, and I don't remember what it was. Oh, where did it go? What was it? It was one more. I had one more.
Can you repeat it again? I missed the first 2.
Jedi Fallen Order, Spider-Man PS4, Battlefront 2, Ghost of Tsushima, and there was one more. I don't remember what it is. Dishonored 2. That's what it is.
I guessed it right. I knew it.
Yeah.
I was like, this.
That's my top 5.